Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. Sunday baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. First pitch coming your way next. And starting in this one, Casey Mize. What's the scouting report on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Okay, all set to go. Here's George Springer.
Number 4, George Springer.
In the air to left center, Vierling on the move to the gap. One down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Getting guys across the plate, not exactly a forte for them this year, as their offense is in the bottom third of the league in runs scored.
Oh, Boog, it can be frustrating when players start to press in scoring opportunities. You know, it also puts pressure on your starting pitcher. They need to lock in and capitalize with runners in scoring position.
Yohendrick Pinango, the next to hit, takes ball one. Mize, in his 6th season, 28 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018.
That's a ball.
Just underway here in Detroit. The 2-1 is high. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall.
Batting third, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Under the Mendoza line so far this month.
That one fouled off. Fastball for a strike. And they'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. That one 95 to finish him off. And now the Tigers get their first opportunity. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We go to the bottom of the first, and the starter for Toronto, Louis Varland. What do we need to know here?
They're going to start this one with the opener because of the matchups. Very favorable. I think we're going to see him empty the tank with really good fastball velocity to try to retire these first 3 hitters.
Kevin McGonigal up now for the Tigers.
Shortstop, number 7, Kevin McGonigal.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Close one doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here, and that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Dylan Dingler now at the plate.
Second baseman, Dylan Dingler.
Varland. He isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable. He just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
This one in the air, right field. And there's 2 down. Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with the runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
How you lead stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Springer on his way over, reaching for it, makes the catch. Tigers come up empty in the first. Through an inning at Comerica, no score. Top of the second, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Okamoto.
Ball, that's upstairs. That's ball 2.
Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson is some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
And another ball. That one's in there. That's strike 1. Swing and a ball popped in the air. One up, one down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Foul ball there. Ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Well, he did all he could at short to try to make an amazing play and almost got it done, but good hustle down the line, and that's an earned infield hit.
Stepping in, Jesus Sanchez.
Nope. Ball 1.
Second inning here, no score.
Let's go, Casey.
Fouled off to the right.
Got some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far, moving the ball around nicely.
Quick move to first. Varsho dives back in safely. Varsho leads off first with 1 away. Runner on the go. Pitch is
Ball
high.
2.
Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Looks like the base runner had a pretty good feel on the pitcher's move. After that pick over, seemed to settle in, and he took off right away. Nice job of stealing second right there.
That one
Yep,
missed.
that ball went out.
Man at second. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Payoff pitch. Stays alive. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And ball 4 to a board.
Thank you, mate.
Well, they didn't give him anything to hit, and now with runners on first and second, they've set up a double play opportunity. So not a terrible result.
And here is Sosa to the plate. Outside low. Ball 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, one out. That's in for a strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Fought off foul. Breaking ball inside. Ball 3. Andres Jimenez on deck for the Blue Jays. The Jays looking to strike first here at the top of the second. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And no swing. It's ball 4.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Golden opportunity right here. One out, bases full. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Dearland should have this one. He's got it. Here comes the runner from third. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And it's 1-0.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. First and second, 2 down.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Two on, 2 outs. That That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Tigers nothing. Back here in Detroit. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Matt Vierling. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen, Yariel Rodriguez. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
The 0-2. Got him swinging.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Here's Riley Green. The 0-1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Swings through that one. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Here comes Torque to the plate. Popped up. Guerrero gets under it, and that ends the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. New inning getting started. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer. Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
So now the DH spot, Yohendrick Pinungo. He flied out to the warning track at his first trip. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
That one is upstairs. Check swing called strike. Now 1-2. Springer gets his lead at first with nobody out. Fights it off. He'll see another. fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. One out man at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. In for a strike. Good slider. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Quick toss to first, and Springer's in there safely. Got him swinging for the strikeout, and that's 4 strikeouts.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Kazuma Okamoto next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1. Springer on the run. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
Man at second. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1. Fastball for a strike.
The heater is clearly giving him trouble early on in this one. I want to see him ready to swing against that pitch just a little more often.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 left for Toronto, but they lead it 1-0. Back at Comerica Park, bottom of the inning, Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers.
McKinstry.
And that one fouled off. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. And the 0-2.
That's ball 2.
Just
Ball,
misses
that's
with that
inside.
one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Registers the punch out and hits 101.
Well, you talk about a pitch coming in on a frozen rope. The challenges of catching up to 100 miles an hour or above is just tremendous. You see it, at least you think you do, but by the time you swing, it's in the catcher's mitt.
Wenzel Perez will hit next. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats.
Ball one.
And a ball and 2 strikes.
Ball two.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2-2 now. Out towards right center field. Sanchez on the move to the alley. Takes it in for the out.
Batting ninth, catcher Jake Rogers.
And up next for Detroit, Jake Rogers. There's a strike. Swing and a ground ball. And that's just foul. Two down, nobody on.
Ball, that's low. Nope, that's a ball.
Swings and misses. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Start of the 4th, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Check swing called strike. That's strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
0-2 now. Good job to fight that one off.
Ball, inside.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Now, Jesus Sanchez in there for strike 1. In the air, right field, Perez on the move. 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. Line drive. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Up
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Jimenez batting for the second time, and that's strike one.
Let's go, Casey.
The 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And that's way high. And the count 1-2. Sosa leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him looking. Picks up strikeout number 7. Blue Jays held in check, but they hold a 1-0 lead.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Yariel Rodriguez hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Back to the top of the Detroit order. Now it's the shortstop, Kevin McGonigal.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
This one in the air, center field. Varsho under it. 1 away.
Up next for the Tigers.
So digging in, Dylan Dingler. 0 for 1. He flied out to right this first trip. Fouled off. He was late.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
Check swing, and he went 0-2 now. Rodriguez measures 6 feet even, 29 years old, and he was born in Cuba.
0-1.
The Blue Jays leading by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Struck him out looking.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Third baseman, how do Lee.
How you Lee up now for the Tigers.
Hey.
Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They still trail 1-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. And now for the Jays, Tyler Heineman.
Well, We call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Here's your 1. Lifted in the air, right center field. And there's one away. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Springer in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Ball, that's down.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Yohendrick Pinango.
Hey.
The 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back. The 0-2. High fly ball, right field. Perez under this one. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Now a quick throw to first. And Springer's in there safely.
Ball, down.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Here's a 2-0. Fastball for a strike at 95. Springer off of first with 2 away. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Laced into left. That's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Casey Mize is done, and they trail as he exits, but he kept them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break. New pitcher for the Tigers, Birch Smith.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
First and second, 2 outs. Kazuma Okamoto next up for the Blue Jays. He's been a great free agent sign. That's in there. It's 0-1. Two on, 2 outs. On the ground, Dingler. Over to first, and that will end the inning. Blue Jays leave a pair, but they still lead it 1-0. Back Back here in Detroit. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Matt Vierling. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Lifted in the air, right field. Brings it in.
Up next for the Tigers, first baseman Spencer Torkelson.
And now the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. 0 for 1 so far. That one in the dirt and gets away. Throws to second. Tag. Save at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way. As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Tying run in scoring position. Last half of inning number 5. That one finds the zone. 1 and 2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the
got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now it's going to be Zach McKinstry. Tap foul at the plate. Two outs and one in scoring position. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back at Comerica Park. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Leading off, Dalton Varsho.
Toronto, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
Well, these Blue Jays really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen. And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
The 1-1. Ripped, but it curls foul. Got him looking for the K. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3.
Right fielder, Jesus
So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. That misses,
Nope, that's down.
and that's ball 1.
Yeah. Ball, that's out.
That's out to center field. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman Lenny Sosa.
2 down, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Lenny Sosa. Right through there for a strike. And that one hammered Perez. Makes his way towards it. And it hops
that ball
over the
bounced
wall
over.
for an automatic
Two
double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
So runner at second, 2 down. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. That clips the zone, and that's strike 1. Swings through that.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Up the middle, base hit into center field. Sosa coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Now here is Tyler Heineman. Quick move to first, and he's back in safely. Foul ball. Oh, and 2 now. Got him. Third out. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and it's 2-zip.
Now pitching for
Back now
Toronto,
for the bottom of the
number
6th,
68,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Mason Fluharty.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So This is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Leading off.
Wenzel Perez getting ready to hit. Flied to right his first time.
Well, these
Outside,
Tigers,
that's the
as this
ball.
game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Ball.
Popped up. Jimenez settles underneath it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Tigers. Catcher,
Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Ball.
Late on that fastball.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. And a foul ball. The 1-2. And that one almost got him.
Ball 3.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. And it goes just foul. Three-two now. Goes down looking for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Back to the top of the order, and the batter will be the shortstop, Kevin McGonigal.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Fouls it back with two strikes. On the ground to third, Okamoto. On to first. And that is the third out of the inning. Tigers are shut down there. They trail things here 2-0. Top of inning number 7. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer.
Ball 1.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The next offering misses. Ball 2. And that is out of play. The 2-2 now. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Yohendrick Pinango.
Now here is Yohendrick Pinango. 0 for 3 in this one. That clips the corner. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Ball 2. That's ball 3.
The 3-1. This one in the air, center field. Out, number 2.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
Here's A.J. Hinch heading towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change right here. Birch Smith gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching
Kyle
for the
Finnegan
Tigers.
taking over on the mound.
Number
Oh, he's having an
67,
excellent season so
Kyle
far. ERA is under 2.
Finnegan.
A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball 1.
Finnegan, 34-year-old vet, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2013. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. Onto the bullpen roof and gone. See ya. A solo shot. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. I'm sure he wanted that pitch down below the zone. It stayed up a little bit. He paid a dear price for it. Just a great swing to the ball, through the ball, and a nice round tripper.
So 2 down. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. And first offering is fouled off. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Vlad Guerrero Jr. with the solo shot for Toronto. It's now 3-0.
Now pitching for Toronto.
We're back in a new pitcher
Number
here to start the
45,
bottom of the 7th. Tommy Nance.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Dylan
Leading
Dingler
off
up now
for
for
the
the Tigers.
Second
The
baseman,
Tigers in
Dylan
striking distance,
Dingler.
but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And a foul ball. a bit low. That one misses. 3-1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. And a payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
How you lead up now for the Tigers.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. To second, but way too late. Safe there. And now a man into scoring position.
Not the finest start to an inning you've ever seen. A walk followed up immediately by a pass ball. And now this offense has a runner in scoring position, and they've hardly had to work for it. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Man at second. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Got him. 1 out.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here's the center fielder, Matt Vierling, 1 for 2. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and they get the out.
Up next for the Tigers, left fielder
Riley Green digs in for a critical at bat.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Laser to the gap, should score the run. That's back there. Dingler in to score, and they cut the lead to 2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Spencer Torkelson, the next to hit. And that one fouled off. Tying run at the plate. Hit in the air, center field. Varsho settles underneath it. That is the inning. Tigers grab 1 on this RBI double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back here in Detroit, we're in the top of the 8th. Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit. Strike 2. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Just
Nope,
missed.
that's inside.
A little bit
That's
high.
ball 3.
3-1 now. Slider for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Jesus Sanchez digs in now. And he grounds one to the right side. Into the outfield, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Just one of those seed high base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Lenny and Sosa will hit next.
No, inside.
The Jays trying to break this one open, and we're in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Line drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in, safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they take a 3-run lead.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Kyle Finnegan out of the game. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. On the mound now, Tyler Holton.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Way out front for strike 2. Sanchez over at second. Sosa at first with no outs. And that's a strikeout looking. So up next, Tyler Heineman.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time. Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run. And the number 9 guy at the plate. This one chopped in the ground, but foul. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Hit on the ground might be 2. Flips it. There's 1, and that's 2. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-1.
Now pitching for
Back now,
Toronto.
new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Braden Fisher.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Zach McKinstry getting ready to hit.
Designated hitter.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Nice grab to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Up next for the Tigers, right fielder, Winslow Perez.
Now it's the right fielder, Wenzel Perez.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Joe Mantiply, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Rogers, a right-hander, loosening up as well. The Blue Jays leading by 3 here the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Ball, that's low.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Upstairs. Swings and misses, and we're filled up. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Oh, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Rogers in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Got him looking. 2 gone now.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
McGonigal in the box now as he leaves that one up high. That's in for a strike, a slider. Perez off of first with 2 away. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
That's ball 2.
Now one miss.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Dingler waiting in the on-deck circle.
If they can get him up, he'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
3-2 on the way. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And that'll bring the tying second run to the plate.
Well, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, so all eyes on the man coming to the dish right now.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot.
Now pitching for Toronto.
So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Tyler Rogers. He last pitched 2 days ago. Dylan Dingler, the next to hit. Out to short, Jimenez. Jump throw. What a play, inning over.
Pure athleticism on that one. In the air, legs split a bit, and fires across the diamond. He's going to get a lot of high fives in the dugout.
Back at Comerica Park, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
That's a ball.
Grounds one to short. McGonigal fires to first on the run, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Yohendrick Pinango.
Yohendrick Pinango next up for the Blue Jays. That one blasted deep to right. Carrying well. See you later. He shoots one out to right, and they add a run. It's 5-1.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it, carried out nicely.
Digging in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered here in this one. And there's a foul ball.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the ninth. That's in there. That's strike two. Now he's challenging the called strike. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. And the 0-2. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ball two.
Two now. Swing and a ball popped up. 2 away now.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Tyler Holton is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Ty Madden gets the call from the pen.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. No question about this one. It's out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And, you know, he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So 2 down. Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. That one's in there, 0-1. Swings through that. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Grant Herter getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Ball.
Stays alive. The 1-2. Goes down looking. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. Back at Comerica Park. Bottom of the ninth. How you lead. Getting ready to hit. Hey! And a big swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Right side. Tosses to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Up next for the Tigers, center fielder, Matt Vierling.
Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Matt Vierling. Pitches in for a strike, 0-1. One down, base is empty here in the 9th. And it's fouled away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2.
Ball 1.
goes down swinging for the strikeout.
Next
Just
for
one
the
out remaining for the
Tigers.
Tigers.
Left
Well, that right
fielder,
there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
Green
Inside,
stands in
ball one.
now, looks at that one inside.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Makes the sliding stop. Throw to the pitcher, and what a play. Ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton. The next pitcher stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.